Hello and welcome to Hyperdog Digital. This is Scott. Today we're going to take a look at the Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Yoga. This is the 4th generation of this device, and this is it right here. So let's just go ahead and jump right in and take a look at it. So it's a nice, solid little device, fairly light. It does have a metallic finish to it. It is made of aluminum, which is a step up from the previous generation, which was made of plastic. As you can see on the top, there's not a whole lot except for the logos. And the little dot down here on ThinkPad does actually light up depending on the state at which the device is in. Let's go ahead and take a look at the ports. You have your Thunderbolt 3 here, another Thunderbolt 3, and then you have your network extension for Ethernet, and also the side mechanical docking for if you have one of the docking stations. You have your standard USB port, HDMI, and headphone jack. The other side you have Kensington lock, some venting, standard USB port, your power button, and the active pin here, which slides right out. And it also charges while it is in that port. Bottom, you don't see a whole lot. A little bit more venting. A couple of speakers here. Nothing on the back, nothing on the front. And that is about it as far as the outside goes. Opening it up on the inside, you have your standard keyboard, ThinkPad, you have a fingerprint reader. Again, you have the logo with the dot that does light up. You have your little pointer doohickey here in the middle. And the screen is your nice little 14-inch screen. You do have your camera up here at the top and Think Shutter to add some extra security around the camera. And that is really about it. There's really not much else on it to look at. That is the standard configuration here for the X1 Yoga. So what is really the difference between the Gen 4 and the Gen 3? Well, you're always going to have a little bit of step up in processor, amount of memory, type of memory, disk that you can have installed in here, and that's certainly the case with this guy as well. Some of the more prominent changes is that the bezels on the screen are a little bit smaller on the sides, 17% smaller footprint. Of course, the aluminum casing is different from the previous iteration. The speakers are Dolby Atmos speakers, so that is also a step up. And you can get up to 2 terabyte solid state drive in this as well. So there are a few upgrades to this. Now there are a couple of things actually that I wanted to mention that I think are a couple of downgrades. Some items that are missing from this that were present in the previous version. If you remember, if you might have seen my previous video on the 3rd generation version, you know that there was a slot in the back for your SD card. There is not one, obviously, for this 4th generation. Not a huge deal, as you can usually get some kind of adapter or something like that to read SD cards if that's really a big thing for you. I just thought it was a nice little use of space to hide that there in the back and still have it available if you wanted it. The other thing that I thought really was very cool about the 3rd gen was that the keyboard, when you flipped this back over into tablet mode, the keyboard would recess into the body. So it would make it a little bit more flat back here so that when you're holding it as a tablet, it would feel a little better. You wouldn't be touching the keys and worrying about hitting keys or anything like that. They would also recess when you actually close the top. And for me, I thought that was pretty cool, because I have some laptops that you can actually see an imprint of the keys when you open it back up, and dust and whatever kind of collects there, and you can see the keys. So I thought that was something that was really innovative and really cool. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, they decided not to include it in the 4th generation, and that is a little disappointing to me, because I really liked that feature, and I like the SD card reader as well. So keep that in mind when you're looking at the difference between the 3rd and the 4th. So let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the specs for this 4th gen X1 Yoga. Alright, performance-wise, this performed actually very well for me. I didn't have any problems with anything that I normally run, any of my standard apps, my little games and stuff that I ran. I will give you my standard disclaimer, and that is there are several different configurations of this device. You can get different processors, i5, i7, you can get different amounts of memory, different amounts of storage. All of those things are going to give you a slightly different performance level, so depending on what you have, it may perform a little bit better or worse than what I had. So keep that in mind. Make sure that when you are speccing it out, you're getting exactly what you need and the right amount of memory, the right kind of processor, the right screen, all those kind of things, because it will definitely affect your own performance. So do keep that in mind. But for the one that I had, I didn't have any problems, ran very well. It will vary depending on what you get, of course. One thing I will mention is that the integrated Intel UHD 620 graphics is the only graphics card that you can get for this device. Unfortunately, that means you're really not going to be able to use this as a high-powered gaming machine. If you are looking for a gaming laptop, you're probably going to want to look at a different model within Lenovo or somewhere else. Alright, so overall, I really like this laptop. Just like I did with the third gen, it's a really nice laptop. I do think they've made some steps forward. I think it's a little bit more of a premium look. It's about the same weight as the previous version, but I do like the aluminum feel a lot better. I miss the SD card reader. I think that's something that I think any laptop should really have, but that's just my own personal preference. I thought removing the recessed keyboard was a little disappointing. I thought that was really one of the better innovations that this thing had. I'm glad it does still have the S Pen, which works very well, of course. And everything else looks really nice and just performed very well. I didn't have any problems really anywhere else. I don't have any really major complaints about it. It's just a few nitpicky things that I liked from the previous version that they did not include in this, and that I found a little bit disappointing. Other than that, I think the look, the feel, the performances are all steps up from the previous version, and it's definitely worth taking a look at if this is the type of laptop that you are in the market for. I hope this video has been helpful to you, and we will see you again next time on HyperDog Digital. Thanks. Hey, this is Scott for HyperDog Digital. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos and reviews, be sure to check us out at hyperdogdigital.com. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you know when we put up new content. If there's something you'd like us to review, or you have a product you want to send us for a review, feel free to send us an email at reviews@hyperdogdigital.com. We're also looking for sponsors right now, so if you are interested in being a sponsor for our channel, contact us at sponsor@hyperdogdigital.com. All of our social media links and emails are in the description. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you next time.